Hello and welcome to Arcade Spirits, a game that is like a romance game, maybe something. I don't know. It's romantic elements. There's achievements for romance and people, and I won't get any of them because I am bad at romancing. So let's be bad at it live on the internet. How's that sound? Okay. Okay. Go ahead and start a new game, and we'll jump right in here. Plan is to play like half of this or so. We'll see how long. See how long it takes. Yeah. Database system online. New profile detected. Analyzing. Analyzing. New profile number 237771. Economic bracket lower middle. Employment category bleak. Current emotional health rating low. That's accurate. Ideal candidate for premium level assistance. Proceed? Negative. Premium level user or premium level assistance re-requested. Proceed? Negative. Pretty please? Negative. Overriding the denial of assistance establishing premium services for profile number 237771. Justification. Hope. Hope should be rewarded. Spirit must be restored. Now completing personal metadata. We get to make a character. Name. First name. No. Wait, hold on. Change. No, wait, hold on. Back. Can I? Hold on. Hold on. Change. K. E. S. H. A. Alright, perfect. Last name. There we go. Alright. Pronoun. She. Hairstyle. We'll go. I'll go long. Her hair is long. It's actually currently black as well. That looks good. Hair color. I think of her more as like a blonde. Actually. Pink. Eye color. Blue. Give her some poppin' blues. Clothing color. Usually like a rainbow? Let's see. She wore a really dynamite purple suit one day. Though I do like that green. Okay. Oh, clothing color. And then done editing. Name, Cassius Siebert. Pronoun, she. Is this correct? Yes, that is correct. Premium level assistance for profile number 237771. Cassius Siebert has been activated. For the sake of her... Ow! I choked on it. It's just too beautiful. For the sake of her hopes and dreams... Maybe, The following is a work of fiction. All references to trademarked classic arcade titles are used under nominative fair use and should be something. Okay, cool. Department of Justice. Winners don't use drugs. Is there just like no... Is there just a problem with the Xbox One? Level 1, put your quarter up. No, there can't be a... I'm hearing audio here. It's a bit quiet, but it's there. Yeah. So the problem is I had this issue with Fallout 76, and now I'm worried that there's just an issue with the Xbox. The year is... You can adjust individual volume levels of music, sound, and voice in the preferences. Can I access that now? Oh, here we go. Preferences, options, I would guess. Oh, that's better. That's better. Voice volume, there we go. Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hopefully that's better. I appreciate that. I'm stuck in the thought of like, I wonder if it just, the OBS or the Elgato doesn't like being switched from like PS4 to Xbox One or something. Or if the Xbox One needed to be reset or something. Okay. That looks okay. Does it sound good? Better? Looks like it's a lot better on my end. Alright, here we go. Resume game. Woe to be the human race plagued by evil, terrifying, utterly sinister. It skipped a line of dialogue on me. Set in the future of 20XX. I know that... Actions? Skip. Close menu. Okay. Woe be the human race plagued by evil. I don't know. Robots, maybe? Evil robots? How does that work? Yeah, no, sorry. The future year 20XX is pretty much what you'd expect it to be. Non-flying cars, smartphones, pro gamer celebs, internet trolls, personal assistant AI, cheese-flavored snack foods. But even with such wonders as 20XX holds, to date I have had no part in any of them. I've worked as a dishwasher, a shoe salesperson, and a lifeguard for the local community pool. I don't care what era of human history you live in, kitties peeing in the pool is pretty much a consistent thing. Trust me on this. As for the bustling metropolis of 24-hour neon utopia you see here, my little corner of it isn't nearly as shiny and cool. Let me show you. Ooh, cool. Behold my quaint apartment. Can't complain, really. It's paradise, in a relative sense. I only pay half the rent. Neighborhood stabbings have been down this year. Also, my roomie picks up any stray socks or shirts I leave lying around. In fact, as things go, I'm living large compared to most in my family tree. Or at least I was before today.
You got fired from another job?
Juniper, I need you to be... not that way.
Seriously? Seriously? That's 3 jobs since we left the suburbs.
I'm sorry. Hang on, let me go options. I'm gonna bump the voice volume down just one. Perfect. The horrified looking young woman there would be my roomie and childhood friend, Juniper. She also has incredible socks. Juniper's the one who spearheaded this effort to co-rent an apartment. She's also the one who encourages me whenever I lose a job. Like, you know, today.
I don't get why you aren't more upset about this. I'm upset. I'm upset on your behalf. Come on, share the load a little, okay?
Okay. Pool's closed, Juniper. Not much I can do about that. Why get upset? Because you actually enjoyed that job? More than you enjoyed dishwashing soap and smelly socks at the very least. I'm not the complaining sort. These things just happen. Things fall apart. The center does not hold. That's a bit morbidly poetic, isn't it? No, I mean the community center literally fell apart and the pool won't hold water anymore. Whatever. I'll just go get another job. Any job will do as long as we can make rent, right? Wrong. I saw how mopey and tired you were coming home every night from those other crappy jobs. At least when you got back from the pool each day, I sometimes caught you smiling.
What's the point of us moving away from home if not to get away from all of that? I mean, we both left that town so we could try to find happiness, right? I just want us to be happy. Both of us.
I thought you hated your job.
Come on.
No deflecting. This is about you. My mind is made up. We're gonna find you a job that's as good, just as good, if not better, than the lifeguarding job. Let's start from the top. What's your dream? Well, I'm standing in front of a class to give a speech, and I forgot to put my pants on, and your dream job. Oh. I don't know, Juniper. I've never really given it any serious thought.
I've got it.
Oh, hey. I think I've got just the thing to help you out. Juniper pulls out her phone, rapidly tapping an unlock code onto the glass before pointing at out a little pink icon. It's a virtual life coach app. Mine keeps me from being late to meetings. Totally free, too. My cousin introduced it to me. Wasn't he the guy that ended up in the ER after making a homemade flamethrower? It would have worked if he had gotten the fuel mixture in his water gun right. It's a waste of a perfectly good water gun. Anyway, I'm sending a copy to you now. I got a pop-up an hour ago offering me 500 points for just recommending it to a friend. Great timing, huh? Well, as long as you're earning points, I guess. At least give it a try, okay? Maybe it could point you at some good jobs. Ones with less socks and or urine. I'll think about it. Okay. But don't think too long, right? In the end, I installed the app. Couldn't bear to see Juniper fretting over me like that. Not that I find it annoying. I mean, it's more that she has enough trouble in her own life without troubling herself over my life, too. Both of us had it rough up and through the point where she was left home to try and to where she left home. What? Hang on, let me try this again. Rewind it. I'm trying to read too quickly here. Both of us had it rough up and through the point where we left home to try and start a new life, a better one. She deserves better than me and my problems. Bless her heart, she means well. She's been firmly in my corner all my life, the two of us, against any dark foreign forces aligning against me. But that's not to say that she's good at being my advocate. Enthusiastic, yes, but skilled, no. Typically, the fantastic opportunities and self-help resources she sends my way are pyramid schemes or something. She's gung-ho about lending me a helping hand, but yeah. So the main reason I went ahead and installed the app was to make sure Juniper wasn't about to get her kidneys sold on the black market or something. Still, no sense in messing around with it now. A good night's rest would act as a neat little emotional reset button, right? Right. No dreams, no nightmares, just 8 hours of sweet, sweet black. By the time the morning light leaked through the cracks in my blinds, I didn't care anymore about being unemployed again. Juniper had already left to catch a bus for her office. She typically leaves before dawn, but she left a note for me, pinned to the tiny fridge we shared. Remember, download app, find dream job, make money, sort your life out. I believe in you. Is that a reference to Shaun of the Dead? The sort your life out bit. So, moment of truth. Do I trust Juniper's weird little app? Yep. Oh, awesome. Or just go find some job that pays well enough to cover the bills. Give weird little app a shot. Settle for whatever I can find. Let's give the weird app a shot. Figuring out the very least in her miracle app could possibly help me find a job. I load it up, tap the icon, and... Nope.
Hello.
Hi. Huh? Okay, see, that's what I mean. Anybody else would freak out over a cute girl climbing out of their phone. Me? I went, huh? Also, it's one of those new kind of 3D screens, so, you know, not actually magical realism here. Very normal in the distant future of year 20XX.
Thank you for downloading Iris, your personal life coach.
Okay, you're welcome, Iris.
This is the ad-supported free version, sponsored by Pizza Yums.
Hell yeah.
Did you know that when you have pizza on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime? Wow. Would you like to subscribe to Pizza Facts?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for subscribing to Pizza Facts.
Oh, yeah.
I'm here to help you get your dream job, your dream house, and your dream partner. I'm here to make all your dreams come true.
Alright. Pretty tall order for an app to do. Use some sort of wish-granting genie. Well, I suppose in the modern parlance, a massively interconnected database searching virtual assistant could be considered a kind of genie in a bottle. But honestly, all I can do is give you the chance to improve your life. What you do with it is up to you. I can cross-reference search data for you, but without motivation, you won't get anywhere. I glanced up from my phone at the heaps of laundry and half-finished books and other items strewn about my apartment. Motivation's something I have a ton of. Honest.
Hooray!
That's super. I'm really looking forward to working with you. Before we begin, do you have any questions? Yeah, hit me with a pizza fact. Sure. Why would I use this app at all? How does Iris feel about pineapple on pizza? Because I feel thumbs up about it. I mean, my phone already has a voice-activated assistant AI. I can just say, hey phone, search the web for job listings, and it'll work out just as well. But I have an advanced emotional language interpreter. I'm smarter than the average program, with more heart. I can help you sort your life out by analyzing your personality and finding you a perfect path in life. All thanks to my glorious, wondrous, patent-pending, super-duper identity identifier system. Between you and me, they really wanted an acronym that matched my name, but couldn't figure out what to do with the letter R. Would you like to know more? Sure, give me the sales pitch. Every time you think about saying something, I can tag it with an identity. That way you can be the sort of person you want to be. The system allows me to better understand who you are and what you need from life. I can do this by analyzing your tone, inflection, and word choice. I can spot 5 different identifiers in your responses to people. Quirky, steady, kindly, gutsy, and basically. Sounds to me like your programmers also wanted a bunch of things ending in Y. That's correct, my branding game is on point. Quirky responses use jokes, snark, and sarcasm to make light of a situation. Just the thing for picking up someone's spirits, but a badly timed joke may not win over the room. Steady responses are sincere, honest, and logical. When you stop and think before speaking, you're on steady ground. But that might take someone's feelings into account. Might not take someone's feelings into account. Kindly responses are compassionate and empathetic, and gentle in nature. They are careful with the feelings of others, but they're sometimes a bit wishy-washy as a result. Gutsy responses go with your gut. You're brash, bold, risk-taking, and instinctive. And not insensitive. We are very sensitive. We are instinctive, though. You're gutsy. But it also means being blunt, confrontational, and aggressive, so be careful. Lastly, you can always take a basically option. It's a balanced and neutral response, safely moving the conversation along while learning more and digging deeper. Over time, I'll build up a personality profile for you based on the identity identifiers detected in your speech. Maybe you'll be predominantly quirky, genuinely steady, a mix of both. Who knows? It's up to you. I would guess that I would be the last one, general. What was the last one? And quirky, probably. Maybe steady every once in a while. So what you're saying is, I should always try to crack jokes or be super gutsy? Oh, and never speak basically. I mean, being basic's bad, right? It sounds bad.
Nope.
Heck no. They're all useful. They're all useful in the right context. There are no bad choices. Consider what you could say and go with what feels right in the moment. Don't limit yourself. Sure, you could gamify your personality, but it's more fun to let it happen naturally. You know, just be you. Now, let's see my patent-pending identity identifier system in action. How do you feel about dad jokes? Hi, jokes, I'm dad. Seriously? Seriously? Hey, I never said I was good at dad jokes, just that I could go for them. So now that you've seen the identity indicators in action, do you want to see the indicators like that so you can make an informed decision? If not, I can hide the identicators. Keep it a surprise. That way it doesn't influence your decision making. It's up to you. Let's hide them. Ooh, mysterious. Okay, I'll hide them from you. You'll always be able to spot basically responses though. Basically, that's the one. Anyway, as we go along, I'll analyze and tally your identity identifiers. In fact, let me show you now.
Good work.
Will you look at that? Such a strong personality. You asked me a single question. Off to a great start, I'd say. And hang on, you're scoring me? Didn't you say not to gamify my personality? Hey, I said you shouldn't. I'm the app, I think in numbers, so I gotta gamify it a little. Anyway, studies show that achievements, or Chivos as the kids say, encourage app engagement. Yeah, achievements are great. Give me some gamer score. Okay, well, what's the empty space to the left? Oh, I also track vocal responses from people you meet. Once you get to know some folks, I'll let you know how well you're getting along with them over there. Relationship scores, wonderful. So will you be able to tell me the correct responses are to avoid making enemies, or do I need to find a way to walk through? Or do I need to find a walkthrough for the vast game you're making of my daily life? Kesha, you're looking at this the wrong way. Generally, people won't get super annoyed at you unless you deliberately and repeatedly provoke them. And it'll be obvious when you're doing that. I promise you that if you bungle a few social encounters, it won't really hurt anything. No cheating needed, just relax and have fun. You can access your scorecard anytime you like with the RB button. And that's everything. Ta-da! Okay, but how is any of this supposed to help me get a job? I only downloaded this app because my roomie claims you're a great life coach for the unemployed. What good will taking the quiz off the back of the supermarket checkout rack magazines do with that?
Why, it'll help me understand your spirit, of course.
You can talk to ghosts? Is there a little ghost in the room right now? Am I a ghost? You have to tell me if I'm a ghost. That's the rule.
No, silly. I mean your spirit. Your hopes and dreams. Your life's passions. I can even help you find romance.
Oh. Boy, do I need an app for that. Romance? Seriously? Seriously. Often you can find your soulmate and your dream job in the same place. But if you'd rather focus on gainful employment for now, that's fine too. Workplace dating. Well, has a recipe for disaster, and hitting on coworkers right from day one can be kinda awkward. Or am I looking for love and ready to start right out of the gate? Never get a second chance to make a first impression. If you meet the right person, why put it off? How do I handle this new opportunity? Sure, I'm open to the possibility. Romance with flirty first impressions. Let's stay focused. I don't know. I'm open, open to the possibility. Could be there. I'm not mature enough. I think I'm not mature enough to juggle both at once. Why not? I think I am mature enough. I think I can read. Super. And remember, the choice is yours. If you're not comfortable with other people, stay professional. Now, let's get started. To finish analyzing your personal history, please authorize me to read your social media feeds and personal information metadata. Aha! I knew it. This is some kind of scam. I'm gonna wake up in a bathtub of ice missing a kidney. Sure, I can help you register as an organ donor.
That command or file name?
Oh, you were being sarcastic. Sorry, I haven't gotten finished just yet with analyzing your personality. I couldn't tell. Relax, I won't share your information with any third parties. This is strictly so I can find your dream job. Am I authorized? Another wonderful Juniper recommendation here, just like the 17th self-help books on my shelf still. 18th times the charm, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Please enjoy this recorded music.
So, do I just stand here, or...
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for waiting. I've identified your dream job and arranged an interview. 30 minutes from now. Please put on some nice clothes, nicer than those. Please. I don't think that's too much to ask. What? For your interview, silly, you want to look your best. But we just... How? Okay. How did you land my dream job in 20 seconds flat? Simple. I'm awesome like that. Now, get a move on. Tut tut, you need to catch the 8:20 a.m. bus, and that's 9 minutes away. Well, this is happening. But I do have a chance to get off this runaway train. Nobody says I have to obey my new digital fairy godmother. I could delete the app and go find a real job. That'd be the safest option. I could. We gotta get dressed for the job interview? A normal person, someone with high standards, would have deleted the app right there rather than hop a bus to meet up with what were very likely men with sharp knives and a taste for kidneys. But me, I was already getting dressed before she'd finished the sentence. It's not that I believed in this silly app's claims at serving my hopes and dreams on a silver platter. Honestly, I expected another shoe salesman job at best. But, well... it'll be worth the laugh. That 100%. Ouch. Okay, this is obviously completely ridiculous. A personality quizzing app is going to solve all my life's problems? Yeah, and I'm the Nigerian prince with $1 million. But it satisfies Juniper's whimsy to see this through, and when it crashes and burns, it'll make for an amusing story to tell people. That's a very me answer. I resolved myself to accept an inevitable disappointment, smile on my face of my usual fate, and look for other jobs in the paper later tomorrow. I came to realize weeks later, the amusing story I'd be telling to people wasn't to be one of failure. The bus drops me off, oddly enough, not very far from Juniper's office building. Although my destination isn't nearly as upscale as that. This is, well, it's a strip mall. Strip malls are relics of 19XX, places where a random assortment of weird little businesses jam as many of themselves into a tight space as possible. For instance, I'm seeing a dentist, a used bookstore, an arcade, a fast food joint, and a boarded up health spa, once called Lattes and Enemas. I am a bad reader. Holy shit. My bad. Lattes and Enemas, which sounds,
Hey, listen.
What do you think? I think that's two things no human being should ever combine. No, I mean about your future place of work. I'm desperately hoping we're not talking about the same thing. Which one of these businesses exactly am I working at? I don't know anything about oral hygiene or old books, and I'd rather not be a fry cook. The one in the middle, silly. What, behind the arcade? It is the arcade. Huh? Trust me on this. I've referenced and cross-referenced your personality details, personal history, and social media connections. This is your dream job. My dream job. Really.
99.97%.
With 99.97% accuracy, yes. I should probably explain my confusion. Arcades are big business in the entertainment sector. Pro gamers are celebs, 5-star arcades are social hotspots. It's always been popular with the mainstream. But, well, restaurants are popular too, right? And for everybody who opens one hoping to be the next Iron Chef, trademark, a dozen more shut down in failure. Arcade competition is fierce. Paydays range from peanuts to gold, and sure, those who can make it can secure fame and fortune, but those who don't, well, no wonder Iris sees this as a dream job. Video games weren't always this popular, though. I read an interesting article about it once. Back in the year 1980X, we narrowly avoided a serious industry crash, which would have left video games as a kid's toy fad, like hula hoops, no mainstream acceptance. For instance, one of the factors could have been a terrible game based on a kid's movie about a cute alien visitor who wanted to phone home. Exactly. A game based on Alf was never a good idea. This game was complete poop butts, like poop from a butt, and massively overproduced. It ruined video games for years. Fortunately, cooler heads prevailed and that game was delayed until it could be developed properly, and the crash was averted. The crisis only exists in theory now. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like for people in the darkest timeline, where everything went wrong. Are gamers considered nerds and outcasts? You laugh, but that terrible Alf game for the Commodore 64 got me through some rough times. Is there really an Alf game for the Commodore 64? I mean, that doesn't surprise me. Are arcades vanishing points of nostalgia? The mind boggles. But make no mistake, as popular as they are, the arcade industry is a dodgy, risky prospect for a job. Plenty make a run at it only to come up short. Yes, and it's awful. But it was one of the computer games in the hospital rec room when I was a kid, so that makes sense. I'm glad that even a bad video game can help in rough times. It can always be good. I think about some of the games that I've played, like, man, this isn't good, but when you're a kid and things aren't necessarily the best, like, hey. Why it's contributed to Child's Play? I was that kid. Yeah. Considering Iris was tasked with getting me a job I didn't enjoy and keep for more than a few months, this left me a bit confused. Iris, this isn't me saying no. It's an interesting prospect, but I mean, are you sure about this? You say you're 99% sure.
99.97%.
Okay. Won't this be like my lifeguard job, though? Satisfying but short-lived? This arcade doesn't exactly look like a 5-star. It's no Deco's Palace, that's for sure. And to be perfectly honest, I haven't set foot in an arcade in, 15 years. Huh. I remember really enjoying arcades when I was a kid. I wonder why I stopped going to them? Iris interrupts that, though, eager to show off her homework.
My sources say yes.
Trust me, when I said I was 99.97% sure, I meant it. That's not some arbitrary number. I'm designed to be a bit silly and whimsical, but my math is deadly serious. My coders made me to be the warm, personable front of a database array that's currently laser targeted on getting you exactly what you need, right here, right now. And when this place inevitably collapses and I lose my dream job? What makes you think that's going to happen? Because it does. It always does. I don't think your database accounts for my family curse. We've always had to, I don't know, compromise, settle, because things rarely work out. You always have to be ready for the worst. That's why I take things in stride these days. Does that mean you shouldn't even try? I open my mouth to protest and close it. As often as my life tends to crumble out from under me, it's not like she was wrong. I still had to try. But This was a joke, right? I mean, I'd assumed it was all a joke when I left the house this morning. Figured I'd have a wacky experience, fail miserably, and then get back to my not-so-funny tragic life story by lunchtime. And yet, there was something to this, wasn't there? Something I couldn't quite laugh off so easily? So, I opted to push through those doors and see what waited for me on the other side. The air conditioning hits me like a cool breeze, albeit the smelling of copper and corn chips. As it's early in the morning on a weekday, it's not too packed with gamers, although it's packed with games I'd probably have a hard time finding anyone anyway. It's so packed with games, I'd probably have a hard time finding anyone anyway. At once, I'm struck by something odd. I actually recognize most of these games. Neat. Considering I haven't walked through an arcade in over half a decade, that's probably not great. Lots of vintage stuff here, from the looks of it. Like, really old. Although I don't recognize that game with the stage lights and things. Maybe it's karaoke or dancing? A Japanese import?
My sources say yes.
Checking. That would be Showtime Stage, a collaboration of the Nihana Heavy Industry Concern and Hubris Records in Germany. It won lots of awards. Huh. I recognize most of these. Whoa, is that seriously Mr. Mopey's Magic Maze? But the one in the middle? But the one in the middle with the split screens is new to me. Fist of Discomfort. Okay. It's a hybrid real-time strategy and brawler beat-em-up. It's not actually that new. It's been a staple of the esports scene for the last 8 years. 2 genres I was utterly lousy at last time I checked. And over here is an old lady. Sorry ma'am, I was just talking to myself and had an overwhelming urge to complete my sentences. Thankfully, I don't think she even registered me calling her old. She looks up from her knitting, seated behind the ticket prize redemption desk, and offers a wrinkly smile.
Well, hello there. Always nice to meet someone new in the Funplex.
What the what?
Francine's Arcade Funplex. Didn't you see the sign out front, dear?
Mm-mm.
Well, I chose to knock off the first 2 words when they got knocked off the building during the storm of 1980. Now it's just the Funplex, I suppose. So, how can I help you, dear?
A funplex? Is that when you suplex a clown? A genie in my phone set up a job interview for me. A funplex? Is that when you suplex a... Yes, I've heard that one before, dear. Considering we've been open since 1970X, I've heard them all. But it's still nice to see young people with a good sense of humor, and it's nice of you to try and cheer an old lady up. Let me bump that down as well. Yes, I heard you call me an old lady. Ooh, rip. Well, it's a factual statement, isn't it? No insult taken, dear.
Please, call me Francine. As in, Francine's Arcade Funplex. Get it?
No.
Actually, thinking about it, I suppose we were originally Frederick's Arcade Funplex, named after my dear departed husband. Sadly, he died peacefully in bed some years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, don't be. He died doing what he loved. Having intensely physical relations with me.
Did Francine kill a man with her pussy? Oh my god. That's information I needed to know, yes? And you are? Kesha Siebert, ma'am. I came here looking for a job. I understand my interview was prearranged? Ah, yes, the computer did send me a mail about that. I'd almost forgotten. So, shall we retire to the office to conduct your interview? I'd carry it on out here, but it's rather noisy, isn't it? Yeah, about that. How do you deal with the constant noise anyway? Oh, eventually you just learn how to filter out all the beeps and boops. It can take weeks to become acclimated, I found, but in the end, done. She quirks an eyebrow. Well, now, that's faster than the others. Not bad. So, shall we see what you're made of? This way, please. God, she killed her with sex. She killed her husband with sex? My mind is blown. Francine leads me down a back hallway, past public restrooms. A man takes a drink from a Mountain Dew bottle. The music kicks up. It is light and sweet, just like that penguin in there, baby poster. And into a door marked employees only. Takes all my restraint not to point out the extraneous apostrophe. Welcome to our little backstage oasis. I'd suggest we do this in Gavin's office, but it's a bit too untidy. I don't blame the boy, he's been so overworked lately. Please, have a seat and we'll begin. As quirky as this place and its owner may be, at least I'm confident that I can nail the interview portion of the proceedings. I've interviewed for a dozen jobs, held down 3. I know all the standard questions. What are your greatest strengths? What do you see as your weaknesses? Once, I even had to describe how to assemble a Lego trademark set to prove my communication skills. That would not go well for me. If someone was like, here, explain this Lego set, I'd be like, you build it. How do you, what? How to describe how to assemble a Lego set. Take the 4x2 and put it on the other thing. No, not like that, dummy. Considering I ended up washing dishes, I'm not sure why, but the point is, I'm confident, prepared, ready.
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
I'd be a twitch.tv/Shaunosaurus Rexosaur. Huh? That question is made for me. What?
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Drats. Okay, right. Okay. Maybe this won't be a typical job interview after all. No problem. Go with the flow. Let's do this. T-Rex, pterodactyl. Oh yeah, T-Rex. Absolutely. Brontosaurus is genuinely like... big dude enjoys salad. T-Rex. Tyrannosaurus Rex, the mightiest of the mighty, able to eat lawyers in one bite. Always the big bad in the old-timey stop-motion monster movies. So you're self-conscious about your tiny arms. Okay. I have tiny everything. Tiny arms, tiny legs, tiny toes, tiny fingers, tiny temper. But a big heart? There's a big heart in there. No? It's okay, dear. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
What's your favorite
What are you calling me out like this for? Snack? If there was a favorite food question, I'd have this down easy. It's tacos. Always tacos. But snacks?
When you have pizza on a bagel.
Oh yeah, pizza bagels. Say pizza bagels. When pizza's on a bagels, you can have... Hush, you. Quiet, you. Come now, dear. I don't have all day. After giving it good thought, well, how could I forget my favorite snack? Tacos are always my favorite snack. Whatever munchies lurk in the depths of the vending machine. That's kind of me. I'm not picky, really. Whatever calls me the most is what I choose, whether it's Flamin' Hot Cheetos or gummy bears. Very interesting. I see you go with the flow. A team player. I will say that I am an incredibly picky eater. But when it comes to like snack foods, that's kind of like the broadest. It's kind of my thing. You know what they say, you are what you eat. Is that what they said about your husband? Next question. Nothing I prepared for has helped me plan this odd interview. I brace myself for the next one.
What assets can you bring to the team during the inevitable zombie apocalypse?
Is this interview for real or is this a dream? As I look into Francine's deadpan expression, I know she is 130% serious. Engineering, medical. And hey, no lawyers. To be honest, I'd get eaten day one. I wouldn't be of much help in the inevitable zombie apocalypse. At least I can throw myself into a horde of undead and you can all escape to live another day. Well, at least you're honest, and honesty is the best way to form trust. One more thing.
Why are you here?
Because a robot told me that this was my dream job. The question is so simple, and almost actually relevant to career planning that it takes me off guard. I told you, I came about the job offer.
You're seeking a job, true? But that doesn't really answer my question, does it? No doubt you think my interview questions are a bit silly, but I like to think of the Funplex as more than a collection of tasks and people to perform those tasks. Most folks my age opening arcades at that time saw it as just another way to make a quick buck. But, well, I saw it as something else. Something more than a way to make a large pile of quarters. And I expect you'll find the others working here see it as something more too. Everyone has a dream they're chasing, dearie. And for my friends, it lies within the Funplex. Now, if all you want is a paycheck, I can provide that. But the last fellow in your position, that's all he wanted. And he didn't last long. So I ask you again, why are you here?
To be honest, I didn't have anything better to do and I thought it'd be funny. No way I'd say that out loud though. As strange as this job interview has been, I'm getting a glimmer of hope that there may be something to this. Let's put all jokes aside and actually think this through. If I don't dare take risks, I'll be stuck. I'm looking for hope. I haven't had much lately. To be honest, I don't know. Not yet. It's a funplex. A plex of fun. And I like fun. This is like the most Sean answer out of the group of them. Understand I'm not whining or looking for pity, but my life has been a complete mess for over a decade, in and out of jobs, taking what I can get, settling, compromising. I gave up on hoping for something better a long time ago, but, well, the people in my life who are close to me keep encouraging me to try and chase my dreams. That's why I'm here. I'm looking for the answer to your question. But I won't be daydreaming all the time, I promise. In my last job, I was a lifeguard. That takes a lot of focus. I'll be just as attentive in helping your funplex. That seems to perk her attention. Oh my, a rather serious occupation that. And an unusual step from such troubled waters to a land of make-believe. You enjoyed this role as a lifeguard, I take it? Yes, ma'am. My roommate says she often noticed me smiling after coming home from work, which makes Francine smile in turn. I can't say that I can offer the role. I can't say I can offer a role with such high stakes, but you'd be surprised how many at the many ways one can save a life, even here. Very well. I'm satisfied. Let's get you to work. I breathe easier at that. Probably the weirdest job interview I've ever had, to be sure, and yet it felt appropriate, like it was about far more than just filling a slot on the payroll. Francine leads me back to the arcade floor to introduce me to my duties. It only occurs to me now that I forgot to ask exactly what duties this mystery job I'd accepted really involved. Francine gestures to the seat she was occupying previously, a stool behind the prize desk.
How marvelous.
Welcome to your new position, Kesha. Sitting here, you mean? Sitting here and helping players redeem tickets for valuable prizes. I glance at the wide array of pencil toppers, rubber spiders, and tiny plastic toy cars on display. Well, for prizes at any rate. Such a relief. I'd really been stretching myself thin lately trying to fill in since the position was vacated. If you don't mind me asking, ma'am, why did the last guy who sat here end up quitting? Something about being so bored out of his mind that he felt like jamming one of those 500 ticket plush dolls down someone's throat.
Oh, such a shame.
Poor dear, he just wasn't cut out for this line of work. Grandson or no, I've no patience for such nonsense. I'm sorry, the last person to work this desk was your grandson? Anyway, Gavin should be by soon. He'll handle paperwork and all that administrative nonsense. Now, if you don't mind, all this talking's tired me out some. I'll be back in the office if you need me. Okay then. Okay, well I clearly didn't get dressed up for this job interview like she told me to. Also, shout out to that green elephant. And the yellow elephant. I adjusted my seat in the I adjusted my seating on the semi-comfortable stool, leaning against the desk. Beneath me, a wide array of cheap junk awaited my attention. I could have lost hope then and there that this job would be even slightly more engaging than being a diner dishwasher, but chose to look on the positive side. I'll be helping kids obtain toys that would become nostalgic memories for years to come. Right? Any minute now. Oh geez, I forgot to introduce myself. Oh, you're fine. No worries. I appreciate you watching. I crave the sweet embraces of death. One of the writers of the game. Thank you for playing it. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for making it. It's very good so far. I've been sitting here for 2 hours now and nobody's walked up to obtain a novelty Funplex shot glass or a colored pencil set or a light up yo-yo. Lunchtime's approaching and so far the only people walking in and out of the arcade are a few stray adults who have no interest in cheap friendship bracelets. What up, Hunky Brewster? How you doing, man? Thankfully, my first customer of the day arrives before I could start wondering if one of those 500 ticket plushies could really fit down someone's throat. Nope. Nah, maybe not. Just walked right on by me, his head buried in reading some sort of spreadsheet off his tablet. Was he here to play? Doesn't seem like the typical businessman on break or unwashed and unemployed game aficionado. In fact, damn, he's hot. That's my kind of guy. And yes, I mean, yum. Not to be crass about it, but he's one handsome boy, that's for certain. Oh, hey, what's up? Crap, now he's looking my way. Was I staring? I gotta play it smooth. Hold on a minute. Who are you exactly? Yummy. His name's just Yummy. What are you doing behind that desk? Where's Francine? Pleased to meet you. I'm Kesha. I am Francine. I'm the new hire. Pleased to meet you. I'm Kesha. Hello, I'm Kesha Siebert, your new hire. I'm looking forward to working with you. He relaxes somewhat on hearing that. Somewhat.
Good to hear.
It's about time. I was wondering how long she'd have to work behind the desk. She's got gusto for, whoa, an octogenarian? and loves working the floor. But sitting here all day handing out toys and dealing with problems wears her down. So, she explained the job to you? Gave you the papers to sign? She said Gavin would handle that stuff. With a sigh, he rubs his forehead, feeling a headache coming on.
That would be me. I'm Gavin Cooper.
Well, hello. How you doing?
I'm the business manager here at the Funplex. I make sure we manage to keep having a business, rather than a pile of rapidly collapsing fiscal mistakes.
Right. So as you've no doubt guessed, you'll be exchanging tickets for prizes. But that's the least part of your job? There's more than that? You're the floor attendant. You attend to the floor. What, the carpets?
Seriously?
The floor, the arcade, the games, the patrons. You're the one running around putting out fires and sorting out problems. Technically, you're our second floor attendant. Ashley will be in later. But we need two. One to roam, one to operate the desk. I do it myself, but typically I'm busy in the back office, making sure the whole thing doesn't fall to bankruptcy. That's why Francine loved filling in. She's a people person. She loves helping out in a pinch. I am not a people person, as you've likely gathered. That's not to say you're alone out here. I'm in your corner at least. If things go smooth, you tap me for advice on what to do? You got a phone? Or if things go south. I read that as smooth. Let me try that again. If things go south, you tap on me for advice on what to do. You got a phone? Of course. Gavin quickly passes me his business card. He apparently had a stack of them ready in his pocket. Go figure. His phone number is listed at the bottom. You ever worked in a high-pressure customer service job before? Shoe sales. Smelly socks? You have no idea. Right. Well, you know how to keep your head. You know how to keep your head when a customer doesn't. I hope. But anything goes sideways, you text me. If I'm not around, Ashley or Naomi. That's in that order. Gavin, Ashley, Naomi. Who and who? You'll meet them soon enough.
I think not.
Above all, do not bug Francine. She's practically retired. Let her enjoy that retirement in peace. Comprendo? Relax, I got this. Stress feeds me, makes me strong. But 911 for huge emergencies, right? This isn't my first pony ride. You can rely on me. It's not my first explosive ordnance test. I've worked retail and food service, and I've worked as a lifeguard at a pool. Managing stress in difficult situations, even life or death ones, is something I've got experience in. You can rely on me. Gavin nods approvingly. Oh yeah.
Indeed.
Good, I like to hear that. If you can handle yourself and exercise good judgment, you'll last a hell of a lot longer than the last guy who sat there.
If you stay clear and honest with me, do your work, do it well, we'll get along swimmingly.
Yeah.
I have
Okay.
enough problems keeping this magical arc of hopes and wishes afloat. Please, don't add to my problems.
Oh, I will not do that. Magical arc of what now? Gavin sighs again, a stress release gesture, but his expression softens somewhat afterwards.
I take it Francine told you her theory, that this is more than just a job, more than just an arcade.
That's my understanding.
I'm not into dressing up words. I like to speak plain. If I'm curt, then that's because optimization is a factor of my job.
Okay.
Everybody working here wants to work here. This is where they belong, for one reason or another. Me, I love chaos. I love wrangling chaos specifically. The arcade industry is high risk, high reward. I manage that risk so that they can also find happiness in their lives. Everybody in this business has a dream they're chasing. It's a fragile thing, prone to getting crushed by hard reality. My job is to see to it that never happens. That includes Francine, who deserves better in her twilight years than desperately propping up a semi-failing business. So, you find some value in this place beyond your salary. Or you'll burn out. Trust me. Last guy to sit there burned out hard. Now, can I trust you to mesh with our merry misfits?
Oh, I'm sure I will have no problem with that. I'm a model employee. You won't have any issues with me. I'm a solid worker. Gavin nods, satisfied.
Thank you.
I suppose that's a good starting point. We can build from there. Anyway, I need to go prepare your paperwork. Technically, you shouldn't be working until you've crossed the I's and dotted the T's, but since I'm already sitting here, you'd rather I stick around? That would be accurate. If you're willing to fudge things a bit and work today, it'd help us out a lot. Now, if you don't mind, Naomi likely could use a hand in the workshop. A good opportunity to introduce yourself as well. Got it. Wait, someone else is here? I haven't seen anyone else. Yeah, that sounds like Naomi. Her workshop's through that door. The one next to the UFO catcher. The crane game. Use the layman's terms. See it. Got it. See you later, Yummy.
Pardon?
What? See you later, Gavin. I said Gavin. That's what I said. I did not call you Yummy, and I am not wondering if you're as efficient in the bedroom as you are with your word choice here on the floor. You said the crane game, right? Satisfied for now, Gavin heads into the back, presumably to the office to go crunch some numbers. Francine's really taking a nap back there. Hopefully he's going to crunch quietly. In hindsight, well, Gavin's still super hot, not gonna lie. What do you mean hindsight? Are you staring at his rump? Personality-wise, I'm not sure what to make of him. He was blunt like a baseball bat, sure, but he seems to get Francine's ideals. I think there could be some kindness buried under his matter-of-fact exterior. We'll see. Anyway, I should go meet my next coworker, this Naomi that he mentioned. Although I could swear Francine and I were the only ones here until now. The double door marked employees only. Oh, that apostrophe. Leads from the arcade floor to what feels like an industrial area of some sort. I turn the handle and step inside. In a little room tucked away between the back offices and the front funplex, front, I find what is likely this Naomi, spoken only of in myth and legend. A girl about my age, certainly not my height, is tinkering away on what looks like an old tube-style monitor. I didn't realize I had so many circuits. She didn't notice me when I came in, too busy soldering a capacitor into place, or soldering. The lingering smell of melting metals fills the air of the poorly ventilated workshop. Excuse me, for lack of a better way to interrupt her. I was worried that no matter what I did, I don't know, she might burn her fingertips or jump so high that she hit the ceiling or something. Fortunately, the shock's not quite that intense. Oh my god, you're beautiful. Hello?
Hey, you know this room is for employees only.
I'm an employee. Don't worry, I'm an employee. She said, with no apostrophe.
Are you lost? Do you need something?
Your love and phone number. I'm Kesha Siebert. I'm the new floor attendant starting today.
Oh! Hi. I didn't realize Francine already found someone.
I didn't realize I already found the love of my life.
I guess I forgot to check my text. Oh, whoops.
She appears to glance at her phone on a nearby workbench, where a huge stack of green notification messages lie in wait. One thought comes to mind on actually seeing her. Oh my god, she is so cute, I just want to hug her, but that would be super inappropriate. I wonder I didn't notice her until she totally focused on the task at hand. I always assumed retro arcade nerds were fat middle-aged guys. Okay, let's not go with that one. I am but a weak-willed human being, one who grew up on feeling mighty funny whenever I saw Velma from Scooby-Doo, trademark. Nerds need love too, you know, and when I was moved from school to school, a social outcast, I was drawn to fellow outcasts in turn. Still, beyond my little, my weird libido, mostly I notice how much she's smiling as she welds that thing onto the bigger thing. She's just so happy and at peace, and I can appreciate that joy in one's nerdy passion.
Anyway, I'm Naomi Fairchild.
Hello?
The Funplex's techie. Hi. Pleased to meet you. I was expecting Gavin, though. He usually checks up on me about now.
Oh, are you in love with Gavin too? I am also in love with Gavin. And you. He's busy doing strange things with numbers.
Ugh, yeah, that sounds like Gavin. I take it he sent you along to help? Great. Give me a hand with this monitor. It's really heavy, and I'm still paranoid about dropping it after what happened last time.
What happened last time? Oh, okay, perfect.
Oh, well, I dropped it.
I don't know what I expected. Oh, right. She helped me lift the large cathode ray tube, slotting the heavy metal framework into place within the exposed guts of the nearby arcade cabinet. Once done, she starts hooking wires back up to other wires. There's a surprising number of green circuit boards that is largely hollow in that largely hollow wooden shell. This is the first time I've seen inside one of these things. It's weird. Lots of empty space. A couple large slabs of circuits and then that beefy monitor. Oh, maybe we can fill it with nacho dip? Huh? Huh? Do you want some nachos? Nacho date! Huh? Pack that baby with some thick, tasty guac and have a nacho party. No, not guac. Cheese. Cheese. Kesha.
No.
How dare you? Speaking as someone who had to clean rat droppings out of rescued cabinets, trust me when I say that's a horrible, horrible idea. Well, there goes my appetite. Although the growling of my stomach suggests it won't be gone for long. Naomi keeps working, using a pocket multimeter to check various connections as we chat. But seriously, why is it so empty? It is a matter of form over function, I'd say.
Let me explain.
I mean, compare American and Japanese cabinets. Ours are designed for standing players, and they have to be upright, even if that means an empty base. Japanese candy cabs are shorter, so you play this sitting down. But I prefer American style. Ours have more room for art. She closes up the rear access panel, closing it with one of the many keys on the key ring at her side, then steps back to admire her handiwork. I gotta get going. Have fun. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by and watching the stream. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. I don't know why I blanked on that. It's a genuine joy in that smile. Not just at a job well done, but looking at the whole thing. She's like a fine sculpture. It's like a fine sculpture. Like it's a fine sculpture. Misread that. Clearly not distracted at all by the beautiful people in front of me.
So beautiful.
Ooh, I love classic Midway, trademark our style. Look at that sharp. Look at the sharp. Oh, I love the classic Midway style. Look at those sharp angles. The side art decals, the bold front on the marquee, the bezel artwork. The what on the what and the what artwork? With a sigh, Naomi points out key features to me. The strip across the top with the game title, that's the marquee. The artwork that wraps around the monitor, that's the bezel. I mean, you see it too, right? How beautiful and cohesive it all is, working in harmony to give the game its own unique feel, its own experience? As for me, well, I agree. It's beautiful in its own way. Just like you, Naomi. Naomi. The way she stares lovingly at this, well, honestly, this box of wood and circuits and vacuums and tubes and stuff, I think I understand. It was made to be one whole thing. The art, the style, and the course of the game, and of course the game itself, but it's all part of the same experience. Everything about this game is the game. If you run it in an emulator or a game console instead, it's made lesser. Yeah, I guess I can see it. It's beautiful in its own way. Oh yeah, +1 for Naomi. We gonna be in love. Oh, good. Naomi lights up with joy like a pinball machine, all twinkly and shiny.
Woohoo!
Finally, so few people really understand the beauty of a classic arcade game. Having someone I can talk to about this stuff is going to be great. We'll be talking about a lot more than just arcade cabinets when we're out eating nachos. Especially with that jerk Gavin running the numbers. Uh-oh. Gavin? What's wrong with Gavin? Okay, well,
I don't know.
don't get me wrong. I can get along with him, generally, but his whole attitude just... Ow.
Ugh.
All he really cares about is money. He keeps the arcade running, yeah, but I just know if he had his way, he'd gut the whole place. If anybody is going to ruin Funplex, it's him. Mark my words, it's inevitable. That doesn't sound right. He seemed easy enough to get along with, and what's more, Gavin gave me that whole speech about protecting their dreams. This looks like a pretty sore point here, a long-standing argument with a new gal that really shouldn't get involved with. And yet, I'm involved, aren't I, to work with both Naomi and Gavin. Not sure how I should prod at it, but I kind of want to know, too. Don't rock the boat, clear the air and find out more. Let her keep talking. Ugh, I just get so mad about thinking all the evil money-minded schemes he's probably cooking up. No, not gonna get worked up. Besides, it's not right of me to dump all this workplace gossip right on the head of the newbie. You seem like a good person. You love arcade games like I do. Right, let's get back to work, shall we? Now for the less fun part. You seem a strong, strapping kind of gal. Well, a strong gal at least. Well, you're a gal. That's enough. I'm semi-insulted then? You'll have to make this up to me for nachos, over nachos. What do you say? Okay, well, let's get to it. A little to the left now. My left, you're right. Careful. Forward, right, correct. I mean, not turn to the right. Keep it coming, and there. Carefully tip into place. Victory! I gently ease the rolling dolly forward, the giant wooden box slotting into place alongside its neighbors. Two-handed dolly makes it easier, but hardly easy. Especially with Naomi fretting over her baby getting scratched or worse, falling over. But with the work done, she's all smiles again.
Yeah.
Okay, glad to be done with that one. I swear, I've been working on that monster for ages. These tubes are finicky as heck, but I'm still not totally satisfied with the flyback. And I'm still not totally satisfied with the flyback, but thanks for helping me out, Kesha. I think you're going to do just great here. Happy to hear. Oh, right. Stomach growling. Food required. Except I wasn't expecting to actually be working today. I forgot to pack a lunch.
When you have pizza on a bagel.
Now, I'm just talking here, but if you had pizza on a bagel. Hey, so any good restaurants in walking distance? I think that bookstore next door sells donuts and stuff, but no, not really, unfortunately. I mean, there's a cheap wub sub sandwich place, but even if that stuff is super tasty, you don't want to go there. You need to eat super healthy. Naomi, what? Hey, I know. Wait right here. And she's off, scurrying back to her hidey hole. And she's back, scurrying from her hidey hole. Lunchtime! Here you go. She presses a boxed lunch into my hands. It's a bento box. I learned how to make them from my mom, who learned from her mom back when they lived in Japan. Rice and pickles and all sorts of good, healthy things. Wait, you're giving me your lunch? Sure, why not? And yet, when I first walked in as a stranger, she looked super uncomfortable with me. That escalated quickly. What'll you have for lunch then? Oh, I can just get some nachos from the vending machine, or hit Hit the whole story next door. I've got a book delivery to pick up anyway. But you said eating healthy was important?
See ya.
See you after lunch. Bye. Didn't help but think she was just looking for an excuse to go eat some junk food instead. Naomi definitely reminds me of some of the friends I made back in school. A little weird, a little obsessive about things, but charmingly so. We seem to think alike in a lot of ways. I think we'll get along just fine. But am I silly to hold out hope for, I don't know, more? Ugh, first day on the job, Kesha, get your head straight. Some beautiful ladies and hunky men are confusing the hell out of me. And yet she did give me her lunch. Oh, and she did give me her lunch. Me, a total stranger. Gotta be something there, right? So, the bento box. I've only seen these in anime. It's cute, and hopefully has plenty of calories too. Armed with a box of health food, I retired to the employee lounge to get my munch on. And then I got my munch on with Naomi later. The room where I had my bizarre job interview will suffice for food times. It's not much. A few folding chairs and a kitchenette, but it'll do. Utterly famished by this point, I have a seat and unpack my loaned lunch. Jesus fucking Christ. Await death? Well, it was a good run. Death by floofy monster was definitely not something I considered in the thousands of ways I pictured my own death. Honestly, though, I'd pass for doing something I loved. Alas, the Reaper may take me swiftly and painlessly. Rude. The floofy monster has feelings, too. Wait, aren't you my doom? Hey, you're human. That's an improvement, I think.
Hey, so I'm sorry if I traumatized you. Really? Can we start over, maybe?
Yes, we can. You and your beautiful green eyes and blonde hair. I think I'm in love. I nod my head slowly, although that could just be muscle spasms from being in shock.
I'm Ashley.
Hello. And I'm Kesha.
I'm also Pinky, the Funplex Flamingo. It's my secret, yet not so secret identity.
Okay. What the Funplex what now? This is almost too much to take in. Gavin was a bit of a lot. Naomi was off the scale cheerful. I've met some really intense people so far.
Did you sneak into the employee section just to get my autograph?
Yes. I'm in love with you. Me? No.
Oh, I thought you would recognize Pinky from all the signs around the arcade. Pinky is the mascot of the Funplex after all.
Oh no, that's not what I meant at all. I mean, I work here?
You work here? Since when?
Since about 3 hours ago. Today? This morning, to be specific?
Oh, awesome! Welcome to the Funplex.
I mean, it would have been way cooler if you were just so enamored with the chibi flamingo creature plastered on every wall that you had to know more.
Let's see.
You could have stealthily maneuvered your way through all the games, sliding right up to the employees only door. But how did you get the door code? Of course. You would have collected the password on a piece of paper that fell from Gavin's pocket. You searched your heart and decided that 4-digit number had to be the intel you needed.
Let's see.
Next, you needed a lie to wait for the opportune moment to punch in that secret code, just to find me. It just keeps going and going. She's definitely passionate about this fictional character scenario. Ashley's got quite an imagination, alright. Is that how I come across to people? A creepy trespasser? The way she takes an idea and runs with it. A lot of people might find that weird, but I kind of dig it. She shows a lot of imagination. I wonder if she's a writer or something. And how would you have snuck out, I wonder? I could have helped. Oh yes, we'll escape through the sewers together, baby. But for a price. One kiss. Ashley finally realizes she's been babbling to herself for a good couple of minutes. Oops. Sometimes I get swept up in a good story. I mean, I gotta find some way to make this job more interesting. Is it really that dull here? No, not really. I just crave a different kind of excitement than beeps and boops, screaming children, and broken machines. You really aren't painting the best picture here. Ah, jeez, I don't mean to be a downer. I just want to move up in the world. I've got things to accomplish, dreams to fulfill, cosplay to make. Cosplay? As we switch topics, it's like she's a completely different person. Ashley's Ashley's eyes light up and she smiles. You know, like dressing up as your favorite video game or TV character? I love it. It's so empowering to be able to make your own costume and wear it proudly. It's even better when people recognize what character you are. Empowering? Really? Granted, she certainly has the power to stop my heart for a few beats. Oh, yeah.
Yes!
Definitely. You want to try? Got a favorite game character? I can help you make your first cosplay if you want. In fact, I made this one. I think Ashley is pointing to her flamingo costume, but it's a little hard to tell with her hands as feathers. So, Pinky is your creation. Intentionally? Yep. It looks pretty good for my first mascot cosplay, doesn't it? Probably stitch my hands together if we tried that. If you're going for terrifying, then yes. I don't know heads from tails, but I can appreciate it. I'm all thumbs when it comes to stuff like that. Literally, if I get enough thread running between them. I'm impressed though. Naomi was going on about the craftsmanship of games. Clearly, you're digging in on the craftsmanship of costumes. Thanks. It's nice when hard work is appreciated. I wear it around the Funplex to liven up the crowds and get people pumped to play some games, and the kids seem to adore it. That makes sense. Although the arcade has been completely dead so far, no crowds to pump up or kids to be adored by. Hey, secret between you and me? Ashley motions for me to come closer. She leans in, glances around the room once, and talks in a hushed tone. I did some repairs on Pinky overnight. I had to restitch the left arm. I was giving an old test drive to make sure it doesn't fall off. Huh. Limbs falling off seems bad. Oh, it was. Yesterday I was dancing with a little girl. It must have been 5 or 6 years max. Anyway, we were next to the Showtime stage when she tugged on my arm and whoosh. Off came the arm. The girl instantly started bawling. Well, at least you are consistently scaring people, and it's not just me.
Nope.
Hey, now. I don't want that to happen again. I felt so bad. But enough about me. What about you? Are you Carl's replacement? Carl. I guess so. I'm the new floor attendant. I attend to the floor. The floor is the thing that I am attending to when I'm not going into cardiac arrest. At least you're funnier than Carl, that's for sure. Can't wait to get home and tell Juniper I do have a sense of humor. She'll be so proud. I assume you've already met Francine, but have you had a chance to meet Gavin and Naomi yet? Yeah, I met them already, although it seems like they aren't too keen on each other. Right? Ashley rolls her eyes and lets out a sigh. I wish they would hurry up and make out already. Oh boy, spicy. We have some spicy drama here. Yeah. Wait. What? Seriously? So, are they going out? Nope. But they always bicker like an old married couple. Classic anime cliche. The ones who fight always ends up being together. Mark my words, Kesha. Well, then I guess we should start fighting so we can be together. Consider them marked.
Beep beep.
Beep beep. Beep beep, Kesha. What's that sound? Drat, I set an alarm for when my lunch break was over. Time to go back to the grindstone. I didn't even get a chance to eat.
What? No.
That's no good. Kesha needs her calories. You eat up, I'll go watch the floor. In fact, how about I take over the ticket desk for the next shift? You do my job and wander the floor for a bit. Fair enough. Thanks. Ashley winks before her face disappears into the dark recesses of that inhuman mask. As I'm wolfing down rice in the shape of a little heart, wow, it occurs to me I didn't actually ponder my first impressions of Ashley yet. Let's see. Oh my god, I'm in love. I'm all aboard the Pinky train. Oh my god, do you think she'll fuck me in that cosplay? I'm a little shocked at how creative and fun Ashley is. I've never met anyone like her that has so much gusto in life. I hope if I spend more time with her, a little of that passion will rub off on me. Anyway, with lunch in my belly and a break time complete, the second half of my workday began. Save this. Rolling into the afternoon, the crowd starts to fill out. School's done. The late rising pros are heading out to their arcades of choice. With Ashley covering the desk, my job is to wander the floor looking for problems, or potential problems, or just making sure that everything is a-okay. But for starters, it's a good moment to collect my thoughts. I think I'm off to a decent start with my coworkers. Good first impressions at any rate. Cooperation is going to be a must. I've had awful coworkers before, and they can really drag down your day. Hang on, no time for daydreaming. I think I spot, let's see, 3 possible issues to look into. I should have time to get all of them, but which do I tackle first? Irate customer mad. Irate customer. Someone cursing up a storm at the fist of discomfort. Oh, no. Someone cursing up a storm at the fist of discomfort. A loud crowd. Okay, I will go with irate. My mutant floor attendant senses detect danger from the left-hand side of the arcade. I quickly rush all of 30 feet to the scene of the crime, already in progress. Oh, come on! Hurry the fuck up and finish your game. Do you work here? I saw you behind the desk earlier. Note to self, ask Gavin for a name tag or something. Yes, I'm Kesha, the floor attendant. Well, stop attending to the carpets and attend to me. What the fuck? You wipe up this goddamn game so I can play. Ashley's face is obscured beneath her costume mask, but I can feel her wince as the man curses up a blue streak. Sir, there are children present, so shut your fucking mouth and get the fuck out. How about that? You like that? Huh? You see that? You see the beautiful Pinky behind? She will take that beak. She will slit your throat. Get the fuck out of here. You kick that fat piece of shit off this game, and I'll sing Mary Had a Little Lamb if you want. Figuring I ought to hear the fat piece of shit's side of the story before rushing to a judgment, I tap the player on the shoulder. Oh. What's up, handsome? Yeah, I'm already on his side. I want to make out with him, but you are just an ass. He doesn't even notice. So I tap twice again. Whoops. Sir, there are other players waiting to give Mr. Mopey's magic maze a spin. Curiously, the player looks up the game's marquee. Thank you, Naomi, which simply reads, Moopy. You know the game's full name? Sure, I played it a whole lot when I was a kid. It's actually called Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, right? Wizards and pellets and monsters and stuff? Yeah. A bit terse as he's laser focused on the game, I can see why. He's currently sitting at 714,900 points. Holy crap, that's a heck of a high score. Or, as this other guy would probably put it, holy fuck, that's a fuck of a high score. Excuse me. Right. Sir, can you please wrap up your game? He has 714,000 points. What's your problem, angry rando? Nope. I'm keeping a good pace here. Plenty of lives stocked, on par with getting close to the world record before the kill screen. Somehow, the thick arcade jargon sounds classier when draped in his British accent. Ooh, it's like I'm watching some kind of documentary program on the BBC. Yeah, but this is a public arcade. Other folks want to play games too. Okay, I don't... Did I not hear what he just said? High score, world record before the kill screen. Come on! He finishes clearing the current board while pondering his predicament. Okay. At first I think he's stepping away to end his game, but he's letting his stock of 50 extra dudes slowly deplete as he pulls out his wallet. Without pause, he pulls out $3,000 in cash and holds on to it. Will this cover it? For a moment, I flash back to that movie where some dude pays another dude to sleep with his wife and they roll around in bed covered in money and, cover what exactly? The cost of the game. The game itself. I have never seen so much raw cash in one place at any given time. It's not even in 20s. Dudes rolling in Benjamins. One moment, please. On it. Fortunately, Iris has my messenger app open for me with Gavin's contact info preloaded. With trembling fingers, I key in. Customer wants to buy Mopey for $3K, what do? In less than a minute, I have my response. Considering we paid $200 for it plus parts, yes, absolutely yes. Sell that relic immediately. Well, okay then. Although, how's Naomi going to react to this offloading one of her darlings just because Gavin wants to make a 15-fold profit? Feels kind of weird to be taking advantage of this guy's lack of a grasp on the real costs of old arcade machines. I knew all this workplace drama was going to catch up to me at some point, but with this rando breathing down my neck, I gotta make a decision. He was $200, but I'm not sure we should sell. It's an older game, and actually cost us about $200, but, well, it's part of the arcade, sir. I expect this apparent gajillionaire to protest at not getting his way. But he's smiling. You're right, this is Mr. Mopey's home after all. Let's compromise. I'll pay you $1,000 American, and you own the game, but you keep it here. And in return, I get to play as long as I want, provided nobody's already playing. That way I can keep chasing the score, but your arcade stays whole. I'd hate to break up a loving family. Naomi will be relieved to hear that. Even if Gavin may flame me for passing up $2,000. Good, I'd hate to make Naomi cry. How could I live with myself? Which leaves the rando hopping mad. To be fair, we had been kind of ignoring that he exists. What the fuck, man? What kind of arcade is this anyway? Fuck this! I'm going to Deco's palace. And we just lost a customer, stomping his way out of the door. Stomp, stomp, stomp. On the plus side, Naomi won't cry, because I'm in love with her and that's good news. On the negative side, I just drove a rando out into the cold. Did you, though? Did you?
What a disagreeable fellow.
As for the player, well, he goes right back to playing. Eating pellets, zapping ghost monsters, clearing mazes. With the crisis behind us, I can finally focus on who this gonzo rich guy actually is. Digging that dad bod. Splashing around the cash, are we, Mr. Moneybags? I'd half expect him to be wearing a top hat and a monocle. Always passing go and collecting $200. Always scooping up Broadway and Park Place. Well, given his accent, probably collecting 200 pounds and scooping up Park Lane and Mayfair. Sure, he let us keep Mr. Moopy, but buying exclusive access? That's a bit weird, isn't it? He's definitely a bit older than me, definitely a bit heavier, and not a great first impression. Sorry. So, you know Naomi? He's happy to talk even while playing.
Of course. I'm a Funplex regular. My name's Percy. I'd hazard you're our new floor attendant? I was here when Francine seated you behind the desk earlier.
Was he really? That's me, Kesha Siebert, Arcade Wrangler.
Well then, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I look forward to getting to know you better.
So, you've seriously just been playing Mopey all day? Moopy?
What can I say? It's my calling. I actually owned a Moopy cabinet once. Had it in my flat. But playing it by myself, all alone in the dark, it's not the same. I need the atmosphere.
The bleeps and bloops?
No, those you eventually learn to filter out. I mean, everything. The games, the lights, the kids, the feeling of being in an arcade. I score my best when I'm in real-world conditions. It's all about the emotions. The laughter and the tears, the excitement of competition. I need that swirling chaos of human emotions around me to play at my finest.
Naomi gets that. She keeps Moopy in top condition for the day I eventually land my high score. What's the current world record then? About 3.5 million. This guy has been standing here since I was working the morning shift, hours and hours, and he's only about 720,000 into his game? Can't imagine him being in anything but top health condition to try this. My guy's got to have legs made out of carbon fiber and a bladder of a tungsten. Just a few extra lives to drain out whenever... I just let a few extra lives drain out whenever I need to go pee. Also, he may be a psychic. I feel like I should let him get back to his game, but burning questions. They burn like fire. Just have a solid job. So you're going to get Moopy dipped in gold? Score more important than your bank balance? If you don't mind me commenting on it, that's a lot of money you just have just have on your person. What do you do for a living? This and that. He doesn't really seem to care to talk about his work. Not in a guarded way. Just less interested than his current maze. Maybe he's actually the head of the international diamond smuggling ring. They hide stones inside arcade games. Day trading. Huh? Day trading. Stocks and bonds. Anybody can do it if they have a head for the numbers. It's really nothing important. Or maybe he's a day trader.
Don't think so.
I don't feel people are defined by their work. I know the arcade is home to those who've made their passion into their work. But it's the passion that matters more. I have my passions, same as anyone. I look forward to learning yours as well. When I'm not deep in the middle of a game, I mean. He's getting more and more distracted by the game. I shouldn't leave him be. I have to do a thing about the thing. Be seeing you, Miss Siebert. Oh, you will. Yet another weird encounter in the string of weird encounters. What a weirdo. Not entirely sure yet what to make of him. Just a rich creep, or a rich creep with a heart of gold. There's more going on here than more going on there than I initially thought. I should be careful about not letting first impressions be lasting ones. Let's see. What to handle next? Someone's cursed up a storm over at the Fist of Discomfort. There's a lot of shouting coming from the center of the arcade where Fist of Discomfort is being played. I remember Iris telling me all about it earlier today while I was bored to death at the ticket desk. Fist of Discomfort, or FOD, is the most popular game in the esports circuit. It's been a staple of the scene for over 6 years. One year, Team Wicked Prodigies took on the Unreal and came back to win in the dying seconds of a tiebreaker match to take home a record $5 million prize pot. That's a lot of moolah. And how? Okay, so how does it work? It's a hybrid of real-world strategy and button mash brawling. Fight your way down the top and bottom lanes, clearing out waves of ninjas to finally topple the enemy dojo. But that's the action part. The strategy part involves using special abilities, purchased items, and ninja summons. FOD is sheer elegance and its simplicity, the way the different game systems interweave to form one masterpiece of esports perfection. So, summon good ninjas, punch bad ninjas, smash dojo. I'd say boiling down a rich game of action and strategy played the world over by top gamers in such a way is a bit disregarding, but sure, okay. All of which is super interesting and stuff, but right now, all I care about is dealing with the loudmouth currently playing the game. The closer I get, the louder the yelling gets. Most of these are words that...
What the
the actual fuck was that? No, those are definitely words, all words my mother would disapprove of. You've got to be fucking kidding me? Fucking me? Are you fucking me? You fucking me here, nerd? Huh? There's no fucking way that's even plausible. Those hitboxes don't even fucking connect. Oh, fuck this game. Fuck it all night long. Get wrecked. Oh, this is far from over, scrub. I saved up a little something extra special for you. I've been baiting you into attacking my sensei, which you fell for. Hard. Oh, hey. Did I forget to mention that I bought an extra ultimate technique scroll from my dojo? Whoops, my B. Wait, what? You haven't been farming? How could XP share technique with creep waves? These are words that they... Okay, take this. 5-fold fucking death explosion claw technique, you bitch! What? How did you defeat me? No!
Oh, GG.
Rando Calrissian. Pretty solid. GG fodder.
No one can defeat me, Queen Bee.
Do you intentionally dress like a beehive? My dry eyes painfully blinking makes me realize I've been standing here watching intently during that whole exchange. I'm not 100% sure what just happened, but that didn't matter. I was completely sucked in. Couldn't tear my eyes away. It was like watching a train wreck. I mean, if the train was the arcade game and the wreck was that guy's face.
Hey, kid. What are you staring at?
This fucking nerd you just eviscerated?
Never seen a champion of my caliber before?
No. Oh, seeing as I don't even know how to begin to start even to consider how to respond to that question, I opt to take a moment and collect my thoughts. From what I've gathered, she goes by Queen Bee. The jacket she's wearing identifies her as a member of L7 Gaming, an arcade esports team. And she's the most direct, fiercest person I've met all day. That's saying a lot, considering who I've run into so far. She'd be fun to hang around, no doubt. Why so rude, though? What a sore winner. Talk about a dominating personality. I feel the urge to kneel and submit, Checkerino. Look, let's be frank about this. I know my taste, and Queen Bee's got the whole package. The sass, the dirty mouth, the keen fashion sense. Oh, be still, my subversive little heart.
Hey, don't just stand there all weird and quiet-like. It's creepy.
You're a queen, you... what? Ooh. Yeah, snap at me.
So, are you gonna f***ing quarter up or not? Think you can best the hottest rising star of L7?
No. From what I've seen, I know I couldn't best a scrub, let alone a professionally competitive player of this game. No, but if you'd like to snap at me again, you know, I'm cool with that. No, thank you. Plus, I'm not sure I'm allowed to play games while I'm working.
You work here?
Yes. And what's your job, hassling me? I enforce arcade law with this noble funplex? You bet. In fact, I was just hired earlier. I'm the new floor attendant. If the game eats your quarter, come to me. And then come on me. Wait, you're serious? Okay then, welcome aboard this runaway train.
Hey, they haven't given you a name tag yet. How am I supposed to know who you are?
I think that was actually a weird tactic to have me introduce myself to her. I'm Kesha. I did technically just start working here 6 hours ago. It might take them some time to issue me a name tag. Maybe they need to send a carrier pigeon to an ancient monastery where name tags they're forged in the vast clay oven. Nah, Gavin's just slacking big time. I'll talk to that silly boy for you. Make sure you get some proper respect. Thanks? No problem. We winners gotta stick together. She called me a winner, guys. She called me a winner. She said I was a winner.
I'm Queen Bee, by the way. Aggro-style FOD lane pusher specialist for L7 Gaming.
Those are words. I don't understand them, but they're beautiful when they come out of your mouth. I figured that when you put your arms over your head and cheered and shouted, "No one can defeat me, Queen Bee."
Hey, I do not sound like that.
No, you don't.
Well, maybe a little.
Anyway, I'm one of the regulars around here, besides Pear, and Teo. So you'll be seeing a lot of me in the future. Let's hope you last longer than the last guy. Oh great, now she's making my job into a competition. I hope there isn't a betting pool too. You look like a smart kid. You've seen one of the many streams on the internet, right? Oh, one of my many streams on the internet, right? No. But I will like, I will subscribe, I will donate, I will gift subs, I will be a sub, all the sub, any sub for you, ma'am. I have literally no idea what you were talking about.
Whoa.
Really? Have you been living under a rock for the past decade? If you consider a small yet formidable apartment a rock, then yes. Oh, you sweet child. You were so innocent and pure. Come, let me show you the path to darkness that is the internet. Oh, boy. Yep. I'd like to learn more. Tell me. It's part of my job to know about all the games here. And if Queen Bee is going to give me some insight to the culture around this game, I should take advantage of that. Lead me further into the dark abyss, my mistress. Oh, it's getting spicy in here.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah is right. Queen Bee grabs my arm and pulls me closer to the Fist of Discomfort cabinet. And upon further inspection, I see a whole haphazard pile of tech she's rigged up. You can't just plug one of these cabs into the internet, so I use a number of clip-on webcams and mics and stuff. That webcam there, it broadcasts my own personal PC to my own personal PC back home, which then streams matches live to all my fans. The chat room appears on my phone. Cost a bit to put everything all together, but it takes like half an hour to rig up and test each morning. But after doing this for a couple years, it's easy peasy. Aside from Naomi grinding her teeth at my clip-on cameras damaging the paint job, I mean. Anyway, I prefer to stream from the Funplex than from home. There's so much to miss out on sitting on your lonesome. The console version of FOD, the crowds, the wicked trash talk, the community, the heated gamer moments. Wait, you're broadcasting live right now? Are we live right now?
No way.
Fuck no. That's part of my warm-up match. I've got a pretty big tournament coming up, so I try to get as much practice in as possible. Even if it is with a bunch of fodder. As in FOD-der. Chump. Lunch meat. Scrubs. Baby-ass babies. Losers. I got the idea, yes. Queen Bee sees something out of the corner of her eye and glances around the arcade floor. She gives a nod to someone hanging near the Street Fighter trademark cabinet. My crew is starting to trickle in. We should be starting team practice soon. Wait, what time is it? At the tone, the time will be 2:25 p.m. Eastern.
Beep beep.
What the fuck? I have to go live in 5 minutes. Listen, kid, it's been swell. We'll chat later, alright? Sure, one thing. Can you keep the swearing down a little? At least a little? You got kids around here, and I don't want you to get in trouble with Gavin. Meh. But for you, I'll keep it to a PG-13 rating. PG-13 rating. That means you get 2 non-sexual fucks per movie. It was 1, but they seem to have bumped it. Now, if you'll excuse me, there are some butts out there that I need to kick.
Later.
Later. And with a wave and twirl, she completely abandons me and returns to her Fist of Discomfort game. Queen Bee fires up her broadcasting rig and shouting and milder swearing starts up again. Should probably get out of here before I accidentally end up on the stream. Is it wrong of me to be being stepped on her? I mean, I gotta be me. Got good chemistry so far. Note to self. Check with Gavin about the ethics of dating your customers. Not that I'm committing to anything here, just so I know. Where's the line? Can I be stepped on by her? Let's see. What to handle next? Large crowd at the in the distance, I see a number of people gathering, which is surprising since the first half of my shift was complete and utter solitude. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to see that people do come to the arcade, but that's quite the crowd that's assembling. Larger than Queen Bee's team was, rowdier too. Has to be some fire code or safety protocol or something, right? Speaking as a citizen that enjoys living, having an escape route is, in case of emergency, is necessary. Time to clear the way and pave my own path of safety. As I approach, I see flashing neon lights accompanied by upbeat Europop drifts. It's an auditory flashback to the right to 1980. Boop! I can't help but nod my head to the beat. Pulsating mass of people has surrounded Showtime stage, cheering on the current player. The game itself takes up a whole corner of the arcade, requiring a fair amount of space to actually play. Showtime Stage is an ultra-modern arcade smash hit. It uses motion tracking sensors hidden behind the colored spotlights to indicate or to check your dance pose accurately and score your sweet moves. Pure dance fever. Can you catch the fever, Kesha? I had to dance my fever shots in the doctor's office earlier. I had my dance fever shots at the doctor's office earlier this season. As the dance ends, one of the players hops down from the stage and immediately starts talking to a young man leaning up against the brick wall and back wall. Did you see that, Teo? I got my first AA on Stop the Beat.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah. Hell yeah! Yeah, I did. You're doing great. Remember last month you couldn't even pass that song? Totes impressive. I'm gonna keep practicing, and one day, maybe I'll even surpass you. I hope you do. And when you do, you can be the one who brings in new dancers and teaches them how to play. The next song starts, my eyes shift from their conversation to observe the gyrations and intricate limb movements coming from Showtime Stage. I feel my head bobbing and my foot tapping. It's a really catchy song. Can you blame me? I'm getting really into it when I feel a hand on my shoulder.
Care to dance?
Ooh, what's up? How about you? Want to take the spotlight? What? In public? A dance with a hottie like you? Absolutely. I can feel my cheeks flush lightly. Cute boy just asked me to dance with him. Granted, it's for an imported arcade dancing game rather than junior prom, but this rarely happens to me. My heart skips a beat before I could find enough composure to respond. What? Me? Really?
Hello.
Hello, hey. How you doing? What's up? I like your hat. Look better on my bedroom floor, you know what I mean? You. And only you. How could I resist to ask a gal such as yourself? Caught my eye the moment you walked over.
Hey, wait. You're new here, right?
Oh, I am. Yes, very.
Name's Mateo, but everyone here just calls me Teo.
Teo's the best. Boogie Woogie Rando. Greatest guy here. Sort of like our leader, yeah? Wallflower Rando.
Oh, please, I'm nothing really.
I'm just fucking jacked. He looks directly into my eyes.
Nothing as special as you.
Oh. God. Whew.
I just like to show newbies the ropes and teach them how to play. Our community is small, but we're all super close.
Super close? Like, bedtime fun time close, or?
I think you'd be a perfect addition to our gang.
Ooh, a street gang, yeah.
So, what do you say? Play our silly dancing game?
When do you learn, teach me how to tag? Teo outstretches his arm to me, waiting for my hand to grab his. Go for it. I couldn't care less that I'm supposed to be working. One does not simply refuse to play a dancing game with an attractive guy. Scratch attractive guy and just put absolute fucking beefcake. It's like that one dream I keep having, but it's actually true. I mean, a different dream, one where I'm giving a speech in front of the class, but I forget to put on pants. Without a thought, I take his hand. Yes, 1,000 times yes. I'm about to step up to the stage. An ominous shiver crawls down my spine. I glance over and I spot Ashley standing behind the ticket counter. I know I can see her face behind the mask, but I can totally sense she's glaring daggers my way. It's creeping me out. On second thought, I'm actually supposed to be working right now. I'm the new floor attendant, Kesha. Really? But I haven't seen you around here at all. What happened to the other guy? He was actually pretty good at Showtime stage, now that I think about it. He's out, I'm in. It's currently year 0 of the floor attendant Kesha regime.
Hello there.
Well, it's an honor to meet you, Kesha. I hope we get to know each other well. Indeed. For someone that loves Showtime stage as much as you do, I haven't actually seen you play yet. True. Most of the time during these meetups, I tend to let everyone else play. I go around to make sure everyone is happy and having a blast. But what about you and your feelings? My happiness comes from making other people happy. That's all I need in life. Which is all well and good, but I still need to deal with this crowd. But how best to handle it? Want to film a workplace safety video? That sounds like a video I was thinking about filming. We seriously need to talk about your crowd sizes? I know you're having a ball over here, but this crowd is blocking the emergency exit. By law, we have to keep a path present. Can't let it slide just this once? For me? Nope. If I let it slide once, then it's going to happen all the time. I get it though, your crew is passionate about the game, and that's a good thing. But a stampede on my first day at work would be bad for everyone involved. Could you imagine the headlines? Local arcade fire floor attendant trampled on first day. Blood everywhere. Very true. I don't want to be checking out my social media tomorrow and click on the link to your obituary. We totes can't have that. I got this. Luckily, the song that that was being played just finished. Teo jumps onto the stage and cups his hands over his mouth. Hey, listen. We need to keep the area to the left of the stage clear. Oh, man, but why? I like my spot. Hey now, you know the deal. We all have to be cool about fire safety. And it's Kesha's first day. Let's show her some respect. I see everyone turn around. Oh, wait. I see everyone turn around and glare at me. Great, now I'm going to be known as the party pooper. Guess I've had a worse reputation in my lifetime. That one time I had to close the pool because of that dirty bandage floating in the water. No one would talk to me for a week. Hey, don't disappoint me, crew. Kesha's just doing her job. Reluctantly, the crowd reshuffles itself in a semi-orderly fashion. Everyone settles in to a safer way of watching the game. Teo jumps down and comes back to me. Better? I nod, genuinely impressed with how Teo can capture his community's attention. They listen to him and they have the utmost respect for him. Yeah, actually, much better.
Didn't mean to cause any trouble. Sometimes we just get so caught up in the game, you know? Of course you know. Hey, you should still join us later. Maybe when your shift's over. We'll all be here dancing until closing time.
As long as that dancing is within the law, carry on. Officer Kesha has spoken. Start to walk away, ready for the next venture when I remember something I should do. I turn back to Teo. Hey, thanks.
No problem.
Well, I feel nice and accomplished. I was able to uphold the safety of the arcade and make a new friend. So that's pretty good for my first day. Even Gavin's got to be impressed, right? With that business sorted out, it's time to leave Showtime stage. The arcade is now at peace. My work here is done. And it is absolutely time to go ahead and save. Well, actually, we're a few hours from closing time, so my work isn't quite done, but you know, you get it. I'm so in peace, in fact, that I didn't even notice the underboss of the arcade sliding up behind me.
Good day.
Not a bad day so far. Been keeping tabs on you. Well, others have been, and they've been texting me. You know, you should consider getting a proper group text chat app going. I've got a crappy phone plan. My texts aren't free. A valid point. I'll look into that.
Impressive.
I'm impressed with how you handle yourself. I think you're going to work out just fine. Anyway, I've prepared your paperwork. If you'd like to go sign it, we can make this working relationship a bit more above board.
Yeah.
What up, Naomi? So you're staying? Please tell me you're staying. I mean, I fed you and everything. Francine hasn't fired her yet, right? An adorable nightmare joins the impromptu staff gathering.
Ooh.
Cash is off to a great start. Here's to your first day, followed by many more. Don't you have 2 jobs to attend to? Just ordered a replacement power supply for Robotron. Nothing left to do for the day. Not many kids around for me to entertain. Finally, a quick moment. My dream job has been going a mile a minute since I got here. Is it my dream job? I told Francine I was looking for hope. I've been used to this. I've been so used to life dumping all over me that I've come to expect the worst, generally. And yet, I can't say the funplex has dumped on me. It's been hectic at times, a little too much, but not really in a bad way. I'm starting to get along with my coworkers. I'm helping people with their problems. Maybe I'm finding the hope I was looking for after all. We've only got a few hours till closing, and it's nice and quiet. How about we game a bit? Speak for yourself. I've still got paperwork to handle. Oh, come on. Don't act like you don't game. Irrelevant. I know your dirty little secret. What, Naomi? You sneak in early each morning to play pinball. You're a pinball wizard. Well, what of it? In order, I bring order to chaos. Pinball is the very expression of that art form. You know what we should do? Impromptu pinball tourney. The girls are giggling, and I'm finding myself smiling right alongside them. All in all, not a bad way to end my first day.
By the way, I've booked a birthday party for this afternoon.
Oh. The look of confusion and outright terror on their faces, all the laughter dying off immediately, are vaguely concerning to me.
Sorry, I meant to tell you, dears, but I plumb forgot.
A birthday party? How old are the kids, may I ask? It's her 5th birthday. Oh, to be young again. 5-year-olds? Naomi starts pulling her hair, her eyes wide and trembling. Throwing skee balls overhand into the glass, jumping up and down on pinball machines, putting chewing gum into coin slots, pulling at my costume, tearing off the pieces of it. Naomi, Ashley, keep it together. We've survived kids' birthday parties before. Doom! The end is nigh! Well?
I'd hate to get in the way of all the fun. Yep, it's time for my afternoon nap anyway.
Okay, Francine.
Have fun, dears.
Right. Battle stations, everyone. I'll take ticket desk so I can oversee operations. Ashley, greet the kids. Naomi, watch hardware for damage. Kesha, roaming duty, look for trouble, do what you can do. Prepare yourselves. They are coming. Like an oncoming tidal wave, the rumble is felt before it is seen. Parents pulling into the parking lot, minivans disgorging. Minivans of kindergartners, and suddenly... an explosion of small humans rushes the doors, bursting into the arcade before scattering every which way. Even before any of them can get tokens, they're grabbing at joysticks, mashing buttons, eager to get their game on, or even just to pretend to be playing. The crew assumes battle stations, Naomi by the fragile pinball machines, Ashley near the door, trying to direct the incoming kids to greet them. Gavin, armed with pre-stacked $10 rolls of tokens, quickly exchanges them with the adults. Beats waiting in line at the change machines. As for the programmers, well, Queen Bee and Teo's friends bolt for the exit, abandoning them, keen on getting out ahead of the surge of kiddies, I guess. Well, that's all very well and good, but I've got no idea where I'm supposed to be. Roaming duty, got it. Gavin said. Roaming duty, Gavin said. Look for trouble, Gavin said. I mean, I was going to do that before, but now the chaos is multiplied. For a few minutes, I'm like a pinball being bounced around, or like that frog trying to get across the highway of traffic. Eventually, I spot 3 possible platforms on the rise, and Kesha, professional floor attendant, is ready to attend them. Which one of these should I tackle first, though? I may not be able to deal with all of them in time. 2 kids fighting over a box of cupcakes, an angry adult shouting at a kid, a little girl crying over her stolen tokens. I will help the girl with the stolen tokens. I weave my way through the children towards the skee ball machines. One little girl sitting at the end of the skee ball ramp crying, no parent in sight to settle her, so the task falls to me. I'm guessing I should be more cautious about this sort of thing, what with lawsuit happy parents lurking over by the vending machines, ignoring their kids, but floor attendant Kesha has decided to take the case all the same. Hey, my name's Kesha and I work here at the arcade. What's wrong? Can I help? Her sobbing pauses. She looks up at me. I lost my tickets. Someone stole them from me. I played and I won a bunch of them, but then I put them down and I was talking to a friend and now they're gone. I glance around, but in a sea of kids, it's impossible to tell who the thief could be. I don't have any more tokens to play with. I spent them all on skee ball. My tickets are all gone now. Easy. We'll figure this out somehow. Although I've got no clue where to even start, to be honest. Maybe there was a witness to the crime? Percy would have had a good view of the redemption game, had a good view of the redemption game area based on where Moopies is positioned. Gavin has the ticket desk, a veritable crow's nest for the whole arcade. He could have spotted something. Or I could just bend the rules and solve this directly. I can do this on my own. I'm a floor attendant, aren't I? And I say the fastest solution is to just comp her some tokens. I don't like letting the ticket thief walk, but this will stop her crying and won't really cost us much. In the end, customer happiness is more important than $3. And if Gavin doesn't like it, too bad. This is my decision. In fact, tell you what, kiddo. I'll replace your missing tokens so you can get your tickets back, and I'll show you the Kesha's secret skee ball techniques. Really? Really?
Yay!
I can't get it in the 100. I keep missing and it ends up in the 10. Memories of past arcade visits come flooding back because I was in the same situation once. I remember going to arcades with my family before things started going wrong. I remember. Okay, here's the trick. It's my super secret technique, so don't tell anyone, okay? Okay. You ever missed? Just say I meant to do that. Gotta give it your all, swing for the fences, aim for the 30 every time, right down the center. You shouldn't try to get the 100-point hold. But that's the best one. But if you miss it more often than you hit it, you're really only getting 10. The trick is to always go right down the middle, aiming for 30. That way, if you're off a little, you still get a 20. Too hard? 40's good. And if you can get 20 to 40 often enough, you'll be doing better than going for 50 every time. Give it a try. She seems a bit unsure, but drops a coin anyway to try it out. She winds up a throw and aims carefully down the middle, landing squarely in the 40-point hole with a little jingle of delight from the machine. Oh my gosh. OMG indeed. I think you've got it. Keep playing like that and you'll be just fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Girl actually hugs me. Well, hugs my leg anyway. I'd best leave her to I'd best leave her to her game. My work is done. Kesha, away! Right, that's sorted out. But the other two situations are about to spin out of control. I've only got time to deal with one of them. Which one? Oh. The sounds of hardship call to me from the Fast Cars 5 racing games. Shouting adults and crying children are never particularly good signs, and I hope, beyond hope, that I can take this on. I shake the discomfort off. Now is not the time to doubt myself. I need to find out what is going on in stat. We get closer to the revving of engines and the clacking of shifting gears. I see a grown woman berate a cowering boy.
I didn't.
Oh. Fucking, we got a grade A Karen over here. Admit it. I know what you did, you brat. You manipulated my precious son to put his tokens in your game. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm so sorry. Children like you are the absolute worst. Garbage. Ma'am, keep your voice down. There's no need to shout at a child, no less. What's going on here? This jerk of a boy told my sweetest, beyond sweet, Josh, that he should put his tokens into the racing machine so he could play it for free. Josh earned those tokens from his allowance, and I won't let some devil child steal my money. It's an ironic thing to say with you when you have red hair, bitch. Let's just take a moment to calm down, okay? Before I say anything else, I spot Queen Bee and Teo out of the corner of my eye. Queen Bee looks infuriated, and Teo has buried his face in his hand. Actually, now that I stop and think about it, they might have some insight. The racing games are right next to Showtime stage. Teo probably had a good vantage point of the whole thing if he was dancing on stage, but if he was dancing, he probably wasn't paying attention. And just by the way Queen Bee's brows are furrowed, I can tell that it's not sitting right with her. I could ask one of them for help, or I could try and solve this one myself. Let us talk Queen Bee. Since Queen Bee's been consumed by rage, I bet she knows what's really going on here. I wave her over to join us. I attempt to reach out for her guidance. Ma'am, I know you're upset right now, but I think that that lady is a fucking no good piece of shit. Nope, not helping. This is, in fact, the furthest away from helping I could ever envision. Kid runs away to avoid the loud people as I try to defuse the situation. That boy did nothing wrong. Nothing. Excuse me? How dare you? There is no way I'm getting in a word between these two. I sigh and resign myself to watching it play out. How dare I? How fucking dare you for yelling at a kid? I don't care if what he did, I don't care if what he did you claim or not. I don't care if he did what you claim or not. You've got no right to traumatize him over it. He's a thief and he will grow up to be a no-good criminal. Okay, that's a bit of a leap, ma'am. That still doesn't fucking matter. You honestly think, take a single fucking second of your life and really think that shouting at a child is an effective way to handle this? Ugh. You can't tell me how I should act. Who do you think you are? I'm the nemesis of evildoers. Writer of wrongs. The rising star of L7 Gaming. Queen Bee poses in her trademark pose.
No one can defeat me.
It's
Queen
stepping
Bee.
on my throat. Alright. I'm the one and only Queen Bee. And in the name of Funplex, I'll punish you. Well, I've never. In all my years. You're far worse than that impotent child. Josh, we are leaving this horrible arcade. Right now. Well, that's one way to handle that. Woman scoops up her child and storms out the front door. I don't think we'll see her son anymore. And frankly, I'm okay with that. Once they are gone, Queen Bee turns her attention back to me.
Come on!
People really piss me off. My blood's still boiling.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey, thanks for the backup. You're welcome? I didn't really do much of anything. Yeah, well, I knew you had my back, kid. I can sense that you're like me. I can't stand to see people getting screamed at. It sucks, you know? Queen Bee's whole aura changed from her normal upbeat snark to being completely down in the dumps. This is a side I haven't seen of her yet, mainly because it's only the first day we've worked at the arcade. She just looks so sad. Are you okay? I know it's really none of my business, but I feel I should ask about this. Looks like the incident hit her hard. Hey, everything alright? It's okay, you can tell me. She pauses for a second before her normal smile creeps back on her lips. Aw, you're sweet. Seriously, I'll be fine. I just don't like seeing adults treating their kids like there's... What? I just don't like seeing adults treat kids like their future's nothing. Like they'll be worthless stains on society. I had a lot of people tell me I'll never be a professional gamer and that I should quit daydreaming. And I say fuck those people. Don't let anyone tell you who you are. But hey, thanks for asking. I appreciate it, kids. Okay, show's over. You should go check on that boy. The boy, I totally forgot. You're right. I always am. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to try and squeeze in a few more matches before quitting time.
Later.
I'm out, kid. Queen Bee takes one more moment to triangulate the safest path back to the fist of discomfort to receive children. After poking around a bit, I managed to find the kid, still shaken up from the whole ordeal. Hey, sorry about all that. Are you going to be okay? I think so. I swear I didn't do anything. The other kid, he just came up out of nowhere and dropped his token in my slot. After I lost, I got off the game and offered it to him. He just ran away. And then the woman approached you and started yelling? The boy nods, wiping his snotty nose on his shirt. Uh-huh. Well, if it's any consolation, the bad lady is gone, and I don't think she'll ever be coming back. Especially after the way Queen Bee burned her. The boy, cheeks still streaked with tears, lets a smile spread on his face.
Thank you.
Thank you. And tell the other lady thanks for sticking up for me too. I nod and the boy scurries off to rejoin some of his friends. 2 problems in the can. Now to deal with that cupcake problem, Uh-oh. Too late. The vintage Midway cabinet Naomi just finished fixing up, it's covered in icing. And it looks like Ashley's costume is going to need dry cleaning too. I shoot them a helpless look and shrug. Hey, Kesha. Kinda wish it was pink icing that nobody would notice. Yeah, sorry about that. I wasn't quick enough. You still helped out? I saw those other kids. I saw you with those other kids. You're a natural. I think things are winding down anyway. Why not take a break? Then I'll swap off with you and take a break myself afterwards. Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Honestly, I'm kind of worn out. Ashley's right. I need to step away from the craziness, if only for a few minutes. After a silent nod from Gavin to confirm it's cool with him, I slip away, headed for the employee lounge. What a day. Quirky co-workers, die-hard pro gamers, volatile kids getting into volatile situations. I'd say it's a recipe for wackiness, or some other cliche, but it's nothing an easily dismissed cliche. But nothing's an easily dismissed cliche when it's happening to you directly. Frankly, I'm exhausted. I drop down into one of the cheap folding metal chairs in the employee break room, groaning and rolling my head back, trying to work the kinks out of my sore shoulders, and spot an upside-down kid. Huh? Oh wait, I'm the one leaning backwards. I sit up and turn around instead. Better. Wait, what's the kid doing back here? Hey, I think he was hoping I wouldn't notice him. Hi? Hi, and you are? Mikey. Oh, okay, that's a start. Hi, Mikey, my name's Kesha. So what are you doing back here? This is an employees-only area. Wait, there's a keypad. How'd you get in? The guy at the desk dropped this. He holds out a piece of paper with the door code written on it. Huh. Score 1 for Ashley's wild story about being about score 1 for Ashley's wild story being more fact than fiction. Okay, but you can't stay back here. It's, well, I don't see any knives or stabbing implements left out in the open, but so I guess it's technically safe, but...
Please don't send me back out there.
What? Well, this is curious. I lean in so we can be on the same eye level. Something wrong? You can tell me. I work here. I'm the gal who solves problems.
No problems. Just don't want to go out there.
You want to play with your friends? He gives me the most cynical, bitter laugh I've ever heard out of a kindergartner.
I don't got any friends. I don't know anybody here. My family just moved to the city, and before that we lived in another city. And one more for that, but I was too little to remember. Mom told me to come to the party anyway, and I didn't want to, but she took me anyway. And then she left because she's got to work.
New kid in town, huh? Still, I should have busted him there and then, brought him back out to the party, where the other parents could have supervised him. Should have told Gavin. I should have enforced the rules of the arcade. Okay, kid, I won't tell on you. If you stay back here for the rest of the party, I'll keep you company. Thanks. You really won't tell my mom? Nope. Why? I thought you'd want to make me go. You're an adult, like Mom. Hey, I wasn't always an adult. I was a kid once. The new kid in town, in fact. You were the new kid? Yeah, although for me that started happening back when I was 10. Again and again, moving from town to town, school to school, never really making any friends, not for years. Mom and Dad kept losing jobs, taking new ones, worse ones. They'd be working all day, too tired when they came home to do much of anything. After years and years of this, I stopped hoping things would get better. I just decided I'd take what I can get. I'd just go with the flow. What does it mean? It means you don't care. Some things are good, some things are bad, but you don't care. You just do what you have to do without really being sad over it.
But that sounds so sad. You weren't sad? It's sad to never care about anything, right?
I guess I was sad. I just told myself I wasn't going to be sad, even though I really was. I bite my tongue hard. Because a little involuntary trip down memory lane was not helping this kid. Wouldn't have helped little Kesha out if an adult did this for me. So instead, I decided to be the adult and that little Kesha would have needed. Hey, it totally could be worse. Aliens might attack. Invaders from Mars can swoop in and dress everybody in silly hats. What? Just think about it. Everybody wearing really silly hats. They're also embarrassed that they hand over Earth to the aliens. And that's when the dinosaurs show up? Kid stares at me, not sure if he's curious or confused. Okay, so the dinosaurs start fighting with the aliens, but they smash all the schools, and that means you don't have any homework anymore. And that's when the monsters start showing up because aliens and dinosaurs are making too much noise and they can't sleep. Next thing you know, there's monsters and aliens and dinosaurs smashing everything and nobody's having any fun at all except for them. That's silly. That's really silly. You're smiling, aren't you? He nearly drops a smile on realizing he's wearing one. When you're sad or when you're mad, just think to yourself, it could be worse. Then invent some silly way to think it could be worse. Soon you won't feel so bad, and hey, at least there's no dinosaur smashing things, right? Right. Hey, you know one great way to make friends? Jokes, stories, having fun. I bet if you went back out there, you'd find someone who would laugh at a silly story about dinosaurs and aliens and robots. There's robots too? Oh, there's all the robots. If you want there to be. How about it? Let's go back to the party and you can meet some new friends, if you try.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll go talk to them. I'll talk about the robots and the dinosaurs. Go get them, Mikey. I take his hand and lead him back out to the main room. And off he goes. I'm not fooling myself. I know I haven't fixed all of Mikey's problems. I'm no child psychologist. That was entirely me flying by the seat of my pants. But for one moment there, I was able to help someone in the same crappy situation I found myself long ago. 15 years ago. Everything changed. No more family vacations, no more arcade visits. We couldn't afford them. And then they couldn't even take time off of work. The whole Siebert family had to learn to settle, to accept the lot in life we'd been dealt, to simply go with the flow, never hoping, never wanting. Juniper did her best to pull me out of that mire. I'd only known her for a few years, one of the few stable times in my life. She knew the edge I'd been pushed to. Now, here I am. Today's been, well, bonkers. Alternately boring and hectic, surreal, and way too real. But I can honestly say I'm more alive today than I have been in a very, very long time. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Kesha. And my emotional voice analysis subordinates, subroutines, combined with your body language suggests you're very happy right now. Yeah, I guess I am. How did you know? I just told you, silly. I mean, how did you know I'd love this job so much?
Oh, I know.
That's easy. I didn't. What? I lied. I was 47% sure. It has elements that seem to click with your optimal social requirements, fun atmosphere, spirited coworkers, helping people out, and so on. Also, I cross-referenced your roommate's postings talking about how much you enjoyed arcade visits when you were a kid. Still, 47%.
99.97%.
But I was 99.97% sure that if I said I was 99.97% sure, you'd be willing to give it a try. Another thing to thank Juniper for, I guess. You're a very weird little app, don't you know?
Hooray!
I try to be. No, pardon me. From the cars pulling up in the parking lot, it looks like the party is over. It's just about to be closing time for the arcade anyway. Most of the gamers have filed out by now, if they hadn't already fled the tidal wave of kids. My first impulse is to go bug Gavin about my paperwork, but that can wait. I'd rather go help someone with the tidying up, or maybe see how our VIP gamers are doing. Not enough time to run around checking in with everyone, though, so who do I want to hang out with? Gavin's tapping his tablet and frowning. I guess I'll go right to him. Ashley's quietly repairing her costume. Maybe she could use some company. Naomi's prying gum out of a coin slot and looks ready to cry. Queen Bee's packing up her gear, ready to go home. Teo's cooling down with some Fast Cars 5 before the day is through. Percy's finally finished his Moopy game and is ready to leave. Let's talk to Ashley. Oh god, look at that vest. Oh fuck, look at that belt buckle. Ashley's pulled up a chair next to the ticket counter and is sewing fervently. I wander my way over to the prize corner to see if there is anything I can do. Need help with Pinky?
Oh, hi!
Oh gosh, that's really nice of you, Kesha. And I realize this is the first time I've seen her out of the flamingo costume. Didn't realize she could get even more adorable. Apparently she's not some half flamingo, half human hybrid. Who would have thought? Of course I'm not a half bird mutant creature. What? How did you... Oh, did I not tell you? I'm a cosplayer / arcade worker by day, psychic detective by night. I solve all matters of grisly crimes and with my ability to read people's minds. Even now, I'm looking into your deepest thoughts. It's just ignore the ones that tell you that I want to be stepped on. All my deepest thoughts are cats. That is bad. The first thing that popped into my mind was that video about the 10 kittens playing in the castle made of boxes. So cute. All cats are cute. I just want to squish them. Well, so what if Ashley knows about my love of cats? Okay, you got me. I'm a Catholic. Or cataholic. I read that incomplete. What? Ashley's laughter echoed throughout the quiet arcade. Relax, I'm just messing with you. But in my defense, the quizzical look all over your face told me everything I needed to know. It's always weird seeing people out of their costumes. I've done the same thing with the other cosplayers. Couldn't recognize them outside of the wings and makeup. I don't take it personally. Plus, maybe I'll even trick you when I'm in one of my other costumes. But for now, I gotta focus on helping Pinky out. How bad is it? Well, luckily Pinky's arm is still intact. My stitch job held up. But some kids pulled out a few of my tail feathers. Thankfully, you kept it from getting splattered with cupcakes. Kind of stuff happens all the time. It's just more common at these chaotic birthday parties. Become quite deft at fixing Pinky up after these events. See, look at that. That was my last stitch. Not bad. Looks almost new. Thankies. You know, you did really well out there today. You should be proud of yourself, no matter what Gavin says about you. Wait, what? Yeah, wait, what? Well, I'm pooped. I think I'm gonna go head home and take a nice bath and relax.
Bye-bye.
Okay. No, wait. No. Come back. I love you. Oh, shit. Too late. She's gone. Guessing she was just messing with me anyway. Right? With things winding down, there's just one last thing to take care of before I'm out the door. I seek out Gavin to handle the remains of the day. Kesha, good work today. Thanks, boss. Mid-boss? Sub-boss? Gavin will do. Can't say you've been a perfect employee, but my standards are impossibly high, so I'll just assume that you are as close to perfect as is reasonable. I've noticed that you gave a girl I noticed that you gave that girl with the stolen tickets free tokens. I'll stand by that decision. Fiscally, it's risky, but she had a great time replacing her tickets and will likely return to the arcade. So we'll call it we'll call it break even at worst. Normally, I'd have dealt with angry parents myself, but I was distracted. I've only secondhand accounts of your performance there, but allowing Queen BDL to customer is questionable at best. She's volatile. I'd rather you have handled that one on your own, all told. I'm not pleased that you sold our Mopey for only $1,000 for $3,000 as I'd requested. Gavin, we only pay $200 for the game. I'd be ripping off a customer with exceptionally deep pockets and one who squats on that game all day, spending only a handful of change in the process. If anything, $3,000 is what we need to make up the lost profit from Percy being so Mopey obsessed. What's more, why it's still here is a good question. Was I not clear I wanted it gone? Percy didn't want to break up the family? They're machines, not people. Also, he didn't want Naomi to be sad? Yes, well, Naomi needs to learn to let go, I'd say. Are you giving our poor Kesha a hard time, Gavin, dear? Miss Francine, I thought you were napping?
Let's be sensible.
Naomi's dream matters too, as does the dream of Percy, that poor fellow. Poor? Isn't Percy stinking rich?
Everyone has a dream they're chasing.
Gavin, I know you mean well, wanting to keep everyone's dreams afloat, but sacrifices must be made in that name which shatter the dreams of others. Well, that's not what the Funplex is all about. Kesha, you understand, yes? The reason why? Why am I here? That's the question she asked me during the interview. Now I think I understand. Came here today looking for hope. Hope that I could do more with my life than compromise. Settle for what I can get and go with the flow. Everybody I've met today is full of hope. Gamers chasing scores. People following their passions. Nobody here is willing to give up on their dreams. Not even you, Gavin. You know we're better than this, Gavin. We don't settle. We chase after our hopes and dreams, and we won't accept anything less. I see.
Apologies.
Kesha, Miss Francine, I apologize. It's difficult to balance my idealism against my realism some days, but I know in my heart I need to err on the side of idealism, even if my mind screams in protest. I can assume that you are still keen to work here, Kesha? I don't even hesitate before replying. Absolutely. Gavin fetches a nearby short stack of forms. Fill these out tonight, hand them in to me at first thing in the morning. And welcome to the Funplex. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the family, I'd say. Sure you'll fit in just fine, Kesha. One bus ride later, and it's home again. Home again, jiggity jig. Juniper, already home from work, bounds over eagerly to interrogate me on my day. So, how'd it go? It went well. Well or well? Really well. Your little app came through, despite being terrifyingly omniscient and just a little bit unnerving. You forgot to mention adorable. That's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear things worked out. You even came home with a smile, like when you were a lifeguard. Huh, I guess I am smiling. Interesting. By the way, there's just one teensy
weensy little question I have for you.
My apologies, Juniper. Didn't realize there was a voice acting portion here.
Why exactly did you order a giant crate full of pizza bagels?
Oh, I didn't do that. Did I neglect to mention that the part of the terms and conditions? On the plus side, I know what I'm having for lunch tomorrow. And that's level 1 of Arcade Spirits complete. Hey, look at that. You also won a prize. Hey, look, you also won a prize. You'll get one of those for each level you clear, plus some extras for various endings and other hidden thingies. Now, let's see your score. Looks like you and Ashley are having some good times. Fuck yes, we are. And we're gonna have some good times later. Alright, save. That was only 2 minutes ago. Alright. Proving to be gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. You have scored 61 points, 6,100 points. Nice. Keep talking with people and your score will go up, up, up. Today's piece of fact is Americans eat approximately 100 acres of pizza each day, or 350 slices per second. Wow. You want to save your game before proceeding to level 2. Save the game. Level 2, Chasing Ghosts. Okay, actually, how do I quit? Back? Hang on. Let's see what happens if I dashboard out. That was a whole first chapter, and that was 2:38, 2 hours and 38 minutes. My butt's getting sore. If it starts at that other spot, that'll be the perfect ending spot for this portion of the stream. That's really loud. Audio's a little bit unbalanced. A. Continue. Loading. Is that perfectly ended? Oh, that's perfectly ended. Alright. That is where we will call this. That's really great. It's super interesting and fun. I'm curious if it gets a little shorter as the game goes along. But I'm liking it so far, and I will definitely come back to this soon. Probably be Sunday stream, and probably Wednesday stream, and maybe even next Saturday stream as well. So we'll play a bunch more Arcade Spirits in the future, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, YouTube. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye.